Hello again. I recently saw the new Ryan Coogler movie, Sinners, and I liked it a lot. So, to preface a little bit, I have not seen any other Ryan Coogler movies. Well, that's not true. I've seen both Black Panthers, but I haven't seen any real Ryan Coogler movies. The movies that are like actually movies. Hang on. Align myself a little bit better. There we go. Um, but like I haven't seen Creed 2. I don't think he did the third one. I think he just did the first two, which is weird. But um I've been seeing trailers for this movie for a couple months now, it feels like. And from the first time I saw the first trailer, I was like, that looks really interesting. And I was blown away. Keep in mind, this is a movie that I was already optimistic for and looking forward to. But I I mean, even from like the first 20 minutes, I was like, I'm so on board with what's going on in this movie. I'm so interested to see what these characters in this world is going to be about. So if you don't know, this movie it takes place in, I think it's 1932, and it's about two gangsters that return from Chicago to their hometown in Mississippi, and they buy some land and they start up a bar, a juke joint is what it's called. And there are vampires. Vampires show up. And that was the weird thing about this movie to me, is that the vampires don't show up for like an hour or more. The first half of this movie is completely devoid of vampires. Only the second half. It's about 2.5 hours long. I think the full run time is 2 hours and 17 minutes, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this movie is 2.5 hours long. There are no vampires for the whole first half. The whole first half is all set up for the characters. And I was thinking to myself, in that first hour of the movie, I almost don't want the vampires to show up because I'm just enjoying how these characters are being set up. Obviously, the most notable part about like the casting in this movie is Michael B. Jordan, obviously because it's a Ryan Coogler movie, um, playing twins. He plays two different characters, and they come off as completely different people. I forgot they were played by the same guy halfway through the movie because I just saw them as each other. It's a role that it kind of does the same thing for me as Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, where you just don't even see them as the actor. You just see them as the character. It's fucking fascinating to watch. He's incredible in this movie. All the other actors are really great. Haley Steinfeld is one of the main. Well, she's not. She doesn't start as one of the other ladies in the movie. I don't. I don't want to spoil anything that's soon in the video, but I mean, she's a. Fuck you. She's a vampire in the trailer. It's not a spoiler. She becomes a vampire about halfway through the movie. Um, but yeah, she's great in this. Haley Steinfeld is the lady who plays Gwen in the Spider Verse movies. For anyone who doesn't know who that is, um, and if you don't know about the Spider Verse movies, then I don't really know what else she's in. So I can't really help you on that one. But yeah, I don't know any other names for this movie. The kid who plays Sammy is really good. His voice is really distinct too. And that guy's got fucking pipes on him, man. He can sing. Which is like the whole crux of his character, is that he can play the guitar and that he can sing. And then the guy who plays Slim, he's this like older guy who's been playing blues like his whole life. He plays the piano and the harmonica in the movie. Because that's like the whole first 30 to 45 minutes of this movie is them buying the land. Smoke and Stack are the two characters' names. They're called the Smokestack Twins, if you can guess why. Um, but they're just like running around recruiting people to play at their juke joint that night. And it's just so cool watching them do that. Like and you get introduced to like Haley Steinfeld's character playing. I think her name is Mary, and she just like walks up to. I think it's Smoke. Maybe it's Stack. I think it's Stack. No, it's Smoke. I think. I forget which one is which because they're both played by Michael B. Jordan, but she just comes up to him and like info dumps to the audience about all this shit that happened. But it's not in a like this is what happened between you and me kind of way. Like here's what happened between you and me because the audience doesn't know yet and the audience needs to know. It's done very organically. It feels like a real conversation that could happen between real people, which I really appreciated. I mean, this is the first time that I'm seeing a movie by Ryan Coogler where he actually has like creative vision behind it, where he kind of decides what's actually going to happen. So I was unsure whether or not he had that. He's got that, man. Assuming he wrote the movie. I don't know who wrote the movie. But and the biggest thing for me in this movie is the music. The music is a huge part of the identity of the movie as a whole because it's about blues music. Well, it's really about uh the music associated with black culture altogether. And I'll get deeper into that in a minute when I talk about the vampires because the vampires are a huge part of that too. Um and there is There is one sequence when Sammy starts playing music at the juke joint that, if you have seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's this really long shot that's panning all around the juke joint, and it is incredible. It's phenomenal. I'm not going to say what it is or what it consists of because I want you to go see the movie. Go see this movie. See it for yourself. See it in IMAX if you can. I didn't get to see it in IMAX because I live in bumfuck Tucson, Arizona, and we have almost no IMAX theaters here except for like the AMC at the foothills, which used to be a mall, but it's just not anymore. Um, but fucking oh my god, yeah, it's incredible. It's a really good shot. The music is phenomenal. The music is phenomenal throughout the whole movie. There's a monologue that happens in this movie, and you can just hear the music going in the background really distinctly, and I I literally can't even describe it because I need to watch the movie again. I'm considering going to see it in theaters again because I loved it so much. If I have free time tomorrow, I genuinely might go see it again. But yeah, it's so goddamn good. It's so goddamn good. Um, and then I I almost don't even want to talk about the vampires because I talked about this with my partner near the end of the movie. I'm gonna center myself a little bit. I was like, I feel like this movie still works if there aren't vampires in it. Obviously, the vampires are central to the theme of the movie overall, which, again, we'll get to it. But I feel like this movie can stand on its own two legs as a character drama without the vampires at all, because, Smoke and Stack and Mary and Slim and Sammy, they're all characters. They all feel like their own people. And there's another lady, I don't remember her name. I actually can't remember her name. She's the other twins' love interest. God damn it. She's like the one character's name that I can't remember. But um but fuck, dude. Everybody feels so real and it's so entertaining to just watch them go around and interact with people. Just the way that they talk to people and the way that just I really can't put it into words. It's phenomenal. I adore it. Um, and like I said, for this being basically my first Ryan Coogler movie, I was floored, man. I'm always nervous when when I watch a new director, especially if it's a director that is a name that I'm unfamiliar with. This happened to me with Asteroid City. I watched Asteroid City and I did not care for it. That said, I am excited for the Phoenician scheme, which kind of pisses me off because I don't want to end up not liking it. Um, but I watched Asteroid City and I didn't care for it. And I heard it was the most Wes Anderson like Wes Anderson movie. So I was like, all right, well, I'm probably not going to like any of his other stuff either. If this is like the most him that he does, I'm probably not going to like the other stuff either. Because I don't know, maybe I just watched it on an off day. But this video is not about Asteroid City. This video is about Sinners. And thank God it is, because I've wanted to talk about this movie for days. It's only been out for 2 days. I saw it on opening day because I was off on Friday. But I mean, just God, man. So I guess it's time to talk about the vampires. And the vampire shit is really cool. It's really cool. It's like it's almost a horror movie. It's like a horror. It's like an action horror movie because it's trying to freak you out and it's trying to put you in the peril that the characters are in. But it's not. It's not scary. I wouldn't say the movie's not trying to scare you, but the vampires in this movie act as a metaphor for cultural hegemony in the Reconstruction era of America. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds insane, but I swear to you that's true. Um, because I know that a lot of people will go see this movie and they will walk away with the message of, oh, they're just vampires. A lot of people won't glean that message from this. And that's not to say that I'm smarter than them for getting that out of this and they didn't. A lot of people just won't go into it with that mindset, you know? But I mean, Ryan Coogler has directed movies previous to this that are a lot about the black experience and black identity, i.e. the Black Panther movies and similarly to like what Jordan Peele does with his stuff, which is a conversation that I've heard a lot about in recent days since this movie has come out. This guy could compete with a Jordan Peele, He's got the fucking sauce. But, I mean, just them being vampires to begin with is very much like, oh, okay, they're feeding off of other things. But then they start to try to like associate their identity with the other. They have a separate type of music that they are trying to like associate with Smoke and Stack's blues joint. And they have the whole like we can all just be one big happy family and just get along with each other. Of course, it's revealed that one of that actually two of the main vampires were clan members before they uh before they got turned into vampires. And the clan is also a big part of this movie because the guy that Smoke and Stack buy their land from is Klansman. And spoilers from here on out, spoilers. It is revealed later on that that them getting that land was a setup for the clan to show up and execute everybody in there. But um, the vampirism part of it acts as such a fucking incredible metaphor for like how black culture came to a head in like the 1920s and 30s, or really from 1900 onward, where, well, I guess during Reconstruction onward. Um, and pretty much, uh, white America just grabbed that, held onto it, and took it for their own. And now a lot of stuff that is associated with white pop culture and like music and movies and I mean anything really, anything you can think of can be traced back to its roots in late 1800s, 1900s Black America, you know? And it's, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't stop thinking about it. It's such a perfectly done metaphor, you know? I think so, at least. Maybe I'm the friend that's too woke, but I think it's done insanely well. Is this short thumbtack? Look at how short that thumbtack is. I feel like thumbtacks are typically longer than that, right? It's a little odd. Oh well. But I mean, just fuck. And then later on, a lot of the black characters start dying, and then they they actually play into the vampire thing of like not being able to come inside unless you allow them to a lot. That's kind of the central conflict once the vampires show up is that they're trying to get everybody else to come in. They're trying to get everyone else to let them come in by like using the identities of other people. Like they kill the bodyguard at one point, and then they have the bodyguard come to the front door and be like, "Hey, can I come in?" Because the vampires kind of act as a hive mind in this movie, which is interesting. I don't know if that's like a previously established vampire thing, but I feel like it evokes very much, at least this is what I gathered from it. It feels a lot like how the Republican Party will get like people of color, like say a Candace Owens, to be like, "Hey, I'm a person of color, and I think what the Republicans are doing is okay." I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but it feels very much like it's used to represent like the manipulation of the black identity in order to advance your own goals. Does that make sense? Am I crazy? Am I making sense? Like I don't know. I don't know if I'm gleaning too much into that, but that's what it feels like, you know? When like when like Republicans will get like Larry Elder or whoever the fuck to be like, "I'm a black man and I think racism is pretty cool actually." You know? But yeah, and like I said, this movie is just so steeped in style and grace, and it's so goddamn cool. There are probably 30 minutes worth of action sequences in this movie. They're all really good. They're all really, really good. But I mean, that's such a small part of it, you know? And I don't want to go into everything because this video's already getting a little long. I'm coming up on 20 minutes right now. And I could go on about this movie for forever, you know? But there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and I can't fucking remember what it was. There's one more thing I wanted to. What was it? Oh, yes. So I wanted to look up who did the music for this movie. And then during the end credits scene, I see executive producer Ludwig Göransson, and it clicked. I was like, "Oh my god, no wonder the music in this movie is so weird and eccentric. It's a Göransson score." Duh. For anybody who doesn't know, Ludwig Göransson did the soundtrack for Oppenheimer, and he did the soundtrack for The Mandalorian, Star Wars TV show, which were both like pretty well renowned for having really good music. And he also did the score for the movie, and it all made sense all at once. I actually have. You can't really see it. It's tucked against my fucking closet door right here. I have the Oppenheimer soundtrack on vinyl. I need to stop kicking the stand that my laptop is on, but I have the stand or the vinyl for Oppenheimer because I like that score quite a bit. Of course, I've started collecting CDs since I don't even do vinyls anymore. But which, by the way, listen to Torches. It was a really good album. I also have. Hang on, I'm gonna get a little close to you for a second. I also have Folie à Deux and A Fever You Can't Sweat. I just ordered these a couple days ago because those are some of my favorite albums ever. These might be my like top three, honestly. These are all really good. But um yeah, like I said, I could talk about this movie for forever. This video is already pretty long. Um it's a 5 for me. Perfect. I really don't have any issues with this movie. It starts perfect, it ends perfect. Symbolism and the meaning and the script writing and the music and the cinematography. Actually, if there's one thing that I did think was a little bland, it might be the cinematography. But it's like really well color graded during the scenes inside the bar. But I mean, saying that the cinematography is a little bland is just to say that there aren't like any specific shots that stand out to me. Maybe that's because the whole movie looks good. I don't know, but yeah, it's perfect to me. Go see this movie if you have a chance. Even if you don't have a chance, make a chance to go see this movie because we need to reward filmmakers that make good movies. Like I said in my previous video about a Minecraft movie, do not, if you have a choice, I don't care if a Minecraft movie is funny. I don't care if your friends want you to go see that movie with them. Take them to go see Sinners. Convince them to go see Sinners. You will all enjoy it. It is incredible. It is phenomenal. Even if you don't like it as much as I did, you will get something out of it. Even if you don't care about any of the symbolism or the metaphors or anything like that, go see it because it's still a good movie, even if you don't give a shit about any of that. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video for. Actually, don't know what the next video is going to be because I don't know what movie I'm going to see next. I'm thinking about watching the Royal Tenenbaums. I know I just said earlier that I don't like Wes Anderson, but it's got Adrian Brody in it, so I'll give him a second chance. See if I like that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it. Later.